Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Go Talk Live. I want to talk about something, upcoming events that are coming up in the next week or so. We have 3PA coming to Corona, California at the UFC gym, featuring TNA star Chris Bay. 5 exciting matches, and also there'll be a certain superstar coming from AEW will be on the card as well. So for all that information, you guys can go to 3PA on Facebook, Instagram, and get all their details there. Tickets are on sale right now. And the following night, in my hometown of Riverside, California, EWF present Day of the Dead in downtown Riverside. We'll have matches throughout the day. There'll be live music, lowrider, dancing, plenty of Mexican food and tacos to go around. And what's cool about this event, it's completely free unless you buy some food or beer. The music is free. The wrestling is free with matches every other hour. So that would be exciting. And what do you guys think about the Dodgers and the Yankees game going on? Dodgers are up 2-game win streak right now. At the moment, way it's looking against the Yankees, I hope the Yankees step up, because every time a team from LA, I hate to say, wins a championship, there's always a riot that breaks out. For example, when the Lakers won the NBA champion back to back, we had riot. People partying too hard, didn't know how to control their emotion. So, if you guys want to put a comment in announcing upcoming shows coming around the area. I know World Greatest Wrestling just announced it to their upcoming show December 7th in Las Vegas, Nevada. Then 1 week later, they come home to Rancho Cucamonga on December 14th. You guys can go to World Greatest Wrestling on Facebook and Instagram to get all their details about their show that is coming up. Oh, excuse me. There's plenty of shows coming up on. Also, you guys can look at on WCE. I know that they just uploaded 2 videos of their latest event. You guys can find them on YouTube at WCE on YouTube. Find them on Facebook, Instagram as well. So I know I had done this last night, but unfortunately there was some issue going on last night that I had to take care of, personal family matter. So I'm here tonight. So if you guys want to ask me a question, you guys can. Good evening, RCEW. I know you guys are having an event pretty much coming up. If you guys haven't checked them out on Facebook or Instagram, I believe if they have one, you guys can find them on YouTube as well. I know they're always looking for new talent, that you guys are interested in backyard wrestling. And it looks like Mr. Pasoya would like to address a few things. He's willing to if you want to come in. I sent the link to the RC management chat. So if you guys want to get into that, you guys can. Also, I want to thank all the people that have been praying for April Hom, aka Royal Hawaiian, and her nephew, I believe it is, or a grandson, Benson, who just had emergency surgery the last couple of days ago. He is on his 13th surgery, I believe. So if you guys want to continue praying for her and her family, please do so. And sorry about that, gentlemen. And you guys can continue praying for her. Also, what should I was going to say? OCEW, Orange County Championship Wrestling. They've been doing a hell of a lot of events every Saturday. So if you guys are in Staten, California, you guys go ahead and check them out. Tickets are only $20 out the door. They're always doing shows on Millennium Pro Wrestling, MPW, on Chatworth. They do shows every Friday. They just had a phenomenal event last night where things kind of got chaotic. So if you guys want to check them out, you guys can find them on Facebook at MPW Wrestling, Millennium Pro Wrestling. Or you guys can also check out OCCW on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. So it looks like the Dodgers, it looks like they're going to take the W tonight. I wish my team was in the World Series, but if it wasn't for the Dodgers killing my Otani from my Anaheim Angel, we probably would have gone to the World Series this year. Also, I want to give a shout out to Adil Inferno on his speedy recovery after suffering a devastating injury that requires surgery. I can't wait for him to get back in the ring. And it looks like I got a special guest that wants to come in. So let him in. Hello, Mr. Basolio.
Evening skulls and salutations.
Good evening.
I sorry to disrupt you at this point in the hour in your Skull Talk Live, but on behalf of RCW management and as a whole, we'd like to address a few things that became a apparent, how can I say this, 8,000 pound angry gorilla in the room. I want to
Hmm.
keep this short and sweet so I can explain it more theoretically. There's been a series of unfortunate events that took shape over the last number of days, all the way up to this very point, based off what occurred early this morning. Um, Only because we get it, it's off season. Number one. Number two, we can tell that based on the change of the weather per se, it's taken its toll on certain people lately. It's based off not only just with how can I say this very carefully, some autistic people and people who have mental health issues here and there, and those who cannot channel how to cope with how the coping mechanisms to be put in together, and also those who have not only suffered tragic deaths but also having a series of unfortunate or occurring events happening with them individually or as a group. Um, I want to sugarcoat that, however, but there are certain individuals that I'd like to address a few, starting with Mr. Austin Wench, aka Tyler Ark, due to his current status and reviewing his current status, to say the least, based on his, let's just say, potential, but namely harmful materialistic behavior, and based on the nature of that behavior that has been occurring in the last number of weeks since then, it's unfortunate that, as a whole, as far as RCW management is concerned, yes, we are entitled to reserve or completely terminate any rights for any services whatsoever due to any form of insubordination or lack of following rules, regulations, boundaries, laws to ensure not only just the producers, the directors, security, roster members, etc., are safe, among others. And due to underhanded tactics, especially behind the scenes, not only on camera but off camera, especially during the course of being on season and off season, as of this very moment, based on the results and the evidence that is connected to those results, even though it's unfortunate, but Tyler Ark has been officially released from RCW.
So you guys hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Austin Tyler has been released from his RCEW contract, coming straight
Now,
from management.
due to based on current events and the lack of explaining what was going on to our side of the story as far as RCW management is concerned, and since he can't come to terms of what discussion is all about, which is also disclosed and confidentially so, and since he failed to listen or reason due to these circumstances beyond our control, and based on the belligerentness of the behavior that went to the extreme, that prompted him to have his breach of contract and code of conduct, which is a catastrophic violation through and through. He's been offered numerous times and fair warnings, and also fair assessment towards those warnings. It came to our attention that this behavior cannot no longer be tolerated whatsoever. That prompted his release of RCW. So, as stated before, and this with all due respect, Mr. Austin Tyler, whether you take it or leave it to heart or not, it is agreeable. You cannot hold anybody fault but yourself that you are officially released from RCW, and you are prohibited to make any appearances whatsoever under RCW tenures or events whatsoever. And also, among those shows that are still active, especially podcasts, you're prohibited to enter in Skulls Talk Live. You're prohibited to enter in the Theos Effect. And you're also prohibited from making any rare appearances, especially in any podcast whatsoever, including the Dark Den and C2K Talk Show. And yes, they will be informed about those terms. So therefore, their podcast will remain intact for the foreseeable future until further notice. So we do apologize in advance on behalf of us at RCW Management, including the remainder of the talent, including producers, directors, etc., etc. Also, in addition to the belligerent behavior that's been displayed lately, there's also been a other series of talent that has also been released. Hunter, formerly known as Hunter Hale, has also been released from his contract due to his belligerent and unexpected behavior earlier tonight, and he will no longer be returning. So, also, it's questionable whether or not Mrs. Hayden will return or not. We're gonna investigate that as best as humanly possible. Our medic Scooter is questionable, but still, we're gonna keep him under low profile for the time being. He's not being completely underneath the hot seat right now, which is good. Also, in closing, due to the circumstances beyond our control, as was described earlier today, due to, let's just say, unexpected events that take shape outside of the company per se, Dread, aka King of Evil Dread, he is also unfortunately has been released from RCW due to undisclosed matters legally, so to speak. And we will not go into detail at this point in time. So it's not our say to discuss that any further. So we're going to respect that out of privacy and whatnot. So in closing, yes, Mr. C2K, yes, we are working on leaving the drama out of wrestling company, period. The reason why we try to enforce certain rules and regulations, laws, and boundaries, not just for the safety of others, especially new or original, to ensure that we are treated like equals. We're also ensure that there's some leeway and a positive note instead of a negative note, and to ensure that all points aside, if you sign a dotted line on that contract, always respect and honor the code of conduct whatsoever. If anything that's misled or misread or misunderstood at any given time, please exercise your right to be informed so that way we take the time out to be specific enough and we can show you what the contract stands specifically and possibly solely written in paper, clear as crystal. Please be cordial, be civil. If you have any problems with that, please let us know. You have you have to exercise your right to be informed as much as we need to be informed as well. And from now on, also, as of this very moment, RCW management will do some medical records, and also we're going to tap in a little bit further, just for our safety and your safety alone, that we will initiate some background chats just to see if there's anything under the radar per se, and which we will not enforce that on any person if necessary, if comfortable. But please, those who are new talent whatsoever, exercise the right to be informed so you can inform us. Anything we miss, we will clear it as best as humanly possible. And I thank you for your time and effort on behalf of RCW Management. And beyond that, and Skulls, I'll let you continue on with the remainder of the show. But thank you for your timing. But however, like I said, this whole entire ordeal that took place as of the last number of days, all the way to this very point, has to be addressed. I know those in the management and the roster members that which remains, we agreed upon this. We want to make sure, that we do mean well, we do our best, we try our best. Always remember, not everything has to be picture perfect 24/7, especially in any wrestling promotion. We're only human, we make mistakes, but do not give in what people are not committed to do 100%. If you're not fully committed completely in familiar terms or non-familiar terms, we will work something out with you underneath the management side of things. You work with us, we'll work with you. It cannot always be one-sided every time, all the time, including expressing your way in anger and unnecessary temper tantrums in order to get your way. Always remember, be civil, be cordial. There are two lines that you need to follow. Do us a set, and do us a set, and we'll go to the ends of the earth to make sure we will fulfill your needs as best as humanly possible. When you come in and you cause this much destructive behavior like this, chances are going to be slim to none. You might not make the cut, and most importantly, your contract will be cut short. Plain and simple. End the story. No further exceptions necessary, and most importantly, don't use underhanded tactics to infiltrate what we have worked so hard for, by far. We had a decent season this year. We want to keep it that way, and we want to keep the motivation going throughout next season, if possible. So, we don't mean no harm in this. Always remember, no matter what promotion that you go through, especially the backyard wrestling, we try to make it fundamental, so that way the roster in itself, everybody that works together with us as a whole, has their time to shine in the spotlight. We all share the same spotlight. On behalf of RCW management and in closing, I thank you for your attention, and we will address the best way possible to reassess the establishment that's been going on, and hopefully this will settle things down in future references. And I thank you for your attention.
There you guys have it. Donna Facilio from RCW management, laying down the law, addressing some issue. So you guys can follow him on Facebook, Instagram, and even Pistachio, the Furious Effect, where you guys can find out on YouTube.
And plus, I want to say this, anything that you have missed, I assure you, Mr. Skulls here will phrase what's happening within our companies and other promotional companies alone. If anything that you missed, he'd be more than happy to repeat after that and making sure it's specific enough for you to understand. We have to do what we got to do for the sake of the promotion so we can make sure that this unfortunate event, ordeal, whatever you want to call it, cannot be replayed ever again.
That is correct.
So hopefully, without further ado, I'll let Skulls take the hosting post and let him finish up the rest of the show.
All right. Thank you for coming on and taking time out of your busy schedule.
Thank you, Mr.
And
Skulls.
when will be the next episode of the Phillies Effect? The fans want to know.
Oh, yes, before I take off, and I'll be conducting business shortly, a special early birthday edition, early birthday access edition of the Phillies Effect will be coming up very soon in 2 weeks' time. We'll let you know more as it develops right here on YouTube. So please stay tuned. I invite those in RCW and other companies that are actively in the roster, including management, producers, directors, anybody are obligated to attend.
And tomorrow there will be a special C2K talk show episode tomorrow. So make sure you guys tune in for that.
And I assure you,
wow.
Mr. C2K will address it more firmly and more specifically enough based on what has been discussed not too long ago. In case you missed out on what has been discussed as of this very moment, please go to C2K Talk Show tomorrow, and he'll explain it a little bit further of what's going to take shape and making sure what lies within the future of his promotions as well.
That is correct.
And thank you, Skulls, for your time and effort. I know it's a little bit stressful over these last number of days, especially at this very point in time. And we do apologize in advance on the behalf of RCW, especially RCW management. We do apologize, and we try to address it the best way possible and more appropriate fashion, so that way this will not be relived ever again. But in the meantime, in between time, thank you, and I bid you adieu.
Thank you for coming on. There you guys have it. So what Tim is saying, Austin Tyler has been released from his contract due to disciplinary act of behavioral on camera and off camera, and other talent has been released due to the same purpose. Excuse me. So I'm going to do a quick recap of what we have done over so far. 3PA, upcoming show Unbreakable, presenting Chris Bay at the UFC gym in Corona, California, November 2nd. Tickets are on sale right now on eventbrite.com. Or you guys can go to 3PA on Facebook and order your guys' ticket. And if you guys want to save, use Raza. Or use promo code Chris Bay. November 3rd in downtown Riverside, California, EWF, Empire Wrestling Federation, present Day of the Dead. Live wrestling, live music, plenty of vendors, lowriders will be there as well. And what's cool about the event is completely free, unless you are buying food. And November 9th in Fresno, California, WAD, What a Drag, will be hosting a show out there in Fresno, California. Tickets are on sale. And if you are a veteran or active duty, bring your military ID card and you guys will get in for free. You guys can go to WAD, What a Drag, on Facebook for more detail. So far, there's only been one match announced so far. More details are to come. There will be another episode of Skull Talk next week. And tomorrow, I don't know exactly what time. Hopefully C2K will give me the time. C2K Talk Show will be live. Ladies and gentlemen. And let's give it up for the Dodgers on another win. So they're 2-0 right now. Personally, I don't like the Dodgers, but they're a California team. I wish the Yankees had stepped it up a little bit more. But hey, I'm not the one playing ball here. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. And that's November 7th will be Skull Talk Live. Normally, I'll do it on a Friday, but unfortunately, I'm on the road, heading up to Fresno, California for November 9th with a drag show. So make sure you guys tune in for that. And next week, Halloween special on Skull Talk Live. Who knows who will show up? So make sure you guys tune in for that. Thank you. And I'll see you guys next time.